rare errors, off-center strikes, doubled dies, wrong planche, sell for hundreds to thousands US dollars. A dramatic off-center or broad strike error might command 10 to 13 millions dollar plus. The story of the 1978 United States 5-cent coin, Jefferson nickel. In the bustling world of American coinage, few pieces carry the quiet dignity and historical weight of the Jefferson nickel. The 1978 edition, struck during a time of economic transition in the late 1970s United States, is a fascinating artifact. It embodies the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers, and the artistic vision of a German immigrant sculptor named Felix Oscar Schlag. This coin, though common in circulation and often worth only its face value of 5 cents, tells a rich story of democracy, architecture, immigration, and the art of minting that spans centuries. Hello everyone, welcome to Old World Coins Vault. Here, we bring you the oldest, the rarest, and the most mysterious coins from around the world. Do you want to know which coin is worth millions? Which coin is hiding one of history's biggest secrets, and which coin looks ordinary today, but could make you rich tomorrow? So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's open the Old World Coins Vault, Thomas Jefferson's Enduring Gaze. The front side of the 1978 5-cent coin features a left-facing profile portrait of Thomas Jefferson. He appears thoughtful, with his hair tied back in a queue, wearing a formal coat typical of the late 18th century. Above the portrait arcs the motto, "In God We Trust." To the right is Liberty, separated by a star, and the date, 1978, sits prominently. Below Jefferson's bust, you can find the designer's initials FS for Felix Schlag, added in 1966 after collectors advocated for recognition of the artist. This portrait was not hastily drawn. Felix Schlag based it primarily on a famous bust by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon and influences from Gilbert Stuart's paintings. Jefferson, the third president of the United States, 1801 to 1809, principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and a Renaissance man of science, agriculture, and architecture, deserved this honored place. The reverse, Monticello, a symbol of American ingenuity. The backside proudly displays Jefferson's beloved home, Monticello, in Charlottesville, Virginia. It is shown from a frontal view, a neoclassical mansion with a central dome, columns, and symmetrical wings. Above the building is E pluribus unum, out of many, one, below it, Monticello, and at the bottom, 5 cents and United States of America. Monticello was Jefferson's lifelong project. He began designing it in his 20s, heavily influenced by classical European architecture after his time in France. The house features 33 rooms in the main structure, innovative gadgets like a dumbwaiter and clock, and vast gardens. It symbolizes Jefferson's ideals of independence, intellect, and harmony with nature. On the coin, this simple yet iconic image has represented American resilience since 1938. The Jefferson nickel series was born in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. The U.S. Treasury Department, under President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a great admirer of Jefferson, held an open design competition to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Jefferson's birth, though celebrated later. Artists from across the nation submitted entries. Felix Schlag, a relatively unknown sculptor who had immigrated from Germany in 1929, won among nearly 400 competitors. He received a $1,000 prize, a significant sum in those Depression-era days. Schlag's life itself is inspiring. Born in 1891 in Frankfurt, Germany, he apprenticed under his sculptor father, studied at prestigious art schools, served in World War I, where he was wounded, and faced economic hardship in post-war Germany. Seeking better opportunities, he moved to the U.S. with his family. Becoming an American citizen around the time of his victory, his design on billions of coins became a symbol of the American dream. The mint refined his original side view of Monticello to a frontal perspective for better striking and aesthetics. The design had been in continuous use since November 15, 1938. By 1978, America was recovering from the 1970s oil crises, inflation, and social changes. The coin was produced in massive quantities to meet everyday commercial needs. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, struck 391,308,000 coins. Denver, D-mint mark, 313,092,780, and San Francisco S produced 3,127,781 proof coins only. It was made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, no silver since the 1940s wartime issues, weighing 5 grams, with a plain edge. The why for 1978 was simple practicality. The U.S. economy needed affordable, durable, small-denomination coins for vending machines, transactions, and daily use. No special commemorative reason existed for that year. It was a standard production year continuing a beloved design. The immigrant sculptor behind an American icon. Felix Oscar Schlag was born on September 4, 1891, in Frankfurt am Main, Germany. His father, Carl Friedrich Schlag, was a sculptor, and young Felix grew up surrounded by chisels, clay, and artistic ambition. He studied at the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Munich and began winning awards as a teenager. But life interrupted. World War I broke out, and Schlag served in the German army. He was wounded in late 1914 and spent over 300 days recovering, a traumatic experience that shaped his resilience. Post-war Germany was chaotic with hyperinflation and economic collapse. In 1929, at age 38, Schlag, his wife Anna, and their 3 children immigrated to the United States, settling in Chicago. He worked various jobs while pursuing sculpture. The Great Depression hit hard, but opportunity knocked in early 1938 when the U.S. Treasury announced an open competition to design a new 5-cent coin honoring Thomas Jefferson's 200th birth anniversary, though the actual bicentennial was in 1943. Nearly 400 artists submitted designs. The rules were strict. Jefferson on the obverse, Monticello on the reverse. Schlag's entry won. On April 21, 1938, Mint director Nellie Taylor Ross announced him as the victor. He received the $1,000 prize, equivalent to a small fortune during the Depression. His original reverse showed Monticello at a 3/4 angle, but the Mint changed it to a direct frontal view for better die striking and aesthetics. The coin entered circulation on November 15, 1938. Schlag's initials FS were added below Jefferson's bust in 1966 after years of collector advocacy. He lived to see some recognition, but passed away on March 9, 1974, in Owasso, Michigan. Today, his gravesite features a granite marker engraved with both sides of his famous nickel design. He also received 150 proof 1938 nickels from the Mint, which he mounted and signed. Prized collector items today. His story is a classic American immigrant tale, from war-torn Europe to etching his name indirectly on billions of coins handled by everyday citizens. Life in 1978 America, the coin's everyday role. By 1978, the U.S. was navigating post-Vietnam recovery, high inflation, around 7 to 9%, energy crises, and cultural shifts like disco, Star Wars, and the rise of personal computers. President Jimmy Carter faced economic challenges. Millions of nickels were essential for vending machines, tolls, and small transactions in this pre-digital economy. Mintage figures, exact. Philadelphia, no mint mark. 391,308,000 Denver, D. 313,092,780 San Francisco, S proof only. 3,127,781 total circulation strikes exceeded 704 million, one of the higher production years. Composition: 75% copper, 25% nickel. diameter 21.21 millimeters, weight 5 grams. While a worn 1978 nickel is worth face value, uncirculated examples fetch $50 to $1,000, MS-65 around $2,000 to $20,000, and top-grade MS-67 with full steps can reach $25,000 to $600,000 or more at auction. Rare errors, off-center strikes, doubled dies, wrong planche, sell for hundreds to thousands. A dramatic off-center or broad strike error might command $10 to $13 million plus. The Jefferson nickel survived World War II war nickels, with silver and large mint marks, design tweaks, and the 2004 to 2005 Westward Journey series that temporarily altered the reverse. Schlag's Monticello returned in 2006 with a new obverse. Yet the core 1938 design remains one of the longest-running in U.S. coinage. This small 5-cent piece carries profound ideas: democracy, Jefferson; classical beauty, Monticello; opportunity, Schlag; and practicality, mass production. In a world of cryptocurrencies and digital payments, holding a 1978 nickel connects you to nearly 50 years of American hands, from factory workers to presidents.